didn't like Rock Lords as a kid, but it makes me realize why I need to get a 3D printer.
This reminds me of when I was a kid, Beast Wars Iguanas. I could see you shaking your head in the wrong direction. Will you be picking this up?
Negative. Yeah, I already paid for it. Yeah, I paid for it already. Yeah, I paid for that.
What's going on, BVC fans? I'm James the Con.
And I'm Bobby the Bot.
And we've got quite a bit of news for you guys, so why don't we just get right into it, and let's start off with these leaks. So with the TFW user that seems to have some sort of connections, he was able to give us quite a few leaks, and I guess it's the Legacy Uni line is what they're calling it, so I'm assuming it might be Universe or Unity. I don't know what that would be, but the first one is the most boring. That's just a deluxe G1 Prime.
Oh, you must be going from right to left when you say most boring.
No, it's none of these. I didn't even put him up there because he's so boring.
Oh.
It's the Deluxe G1 Prime. It's fine, but I don't understand where it fits in when they already have the leader class. So maybe it'll be some sort of different Optimus Prime that we don't have yet.
Who knows? I'm still looking forward to it. Of course.
Yeah, well, I'll be interested to see what it is, because if it is something unique, I'll be in, because I'm always like this unique stuff. So now let's go to these pictures. So we've got the Bumblebee. I think it's just called Bumblebee. I think that's the subline for Wheeljack. Buzzworthy Bumblebee. There we go. Yeah. We got the Wheeljack, and it's a Voyager supposedly. So it'll fit in with the other ones. It'll probably still be deluxe sized, looking how Hasbro is, but I know you were very excited about that. We've also got the Cybertron Vector Prime, which looks really cool. And then I'm surprised they're doing this. If this is, take all this with a grain of salt, they're going to be doing Armada Galvatron. So now what are your thoughts on these?
Well, I figured they were going to do the Armada Galvatron. It only made sense to just do a repaint.
That's why I didn't think they would do it, because it makes sense.
Yeah, I figured they would do that. I figured they're going to just milk that. Of course, I'm excited about the Wheeljack. I figured you would be excited about the Sentinel Prime. I know that's more so along your line, or Vector Prime. Excuse me. See, I care about it.
I am excited. That's probably the one I'm most excited about. I do like the repaint of Galvatron, and I will pick that one up, and I'll be skipping on the Megatron. I'm glad I'm skipping on that, because like I've talked about, the Galvatron mold had nostalgia for me. I mean, I had the Megatron, but this one just stuck with me as a kid for some reason. And as for Vector Prime, again, I have like 3 of those toys from getting it from different people when I was a kid, and the wings getting bent and stuff. So I am excited for that because, again, nostalgia. This must be how you feel when you see that Wheeljack.
It is, and we've never, really had it before, so that's why I'm really excited for it.
Yep, I will be skipping that Wheeljack entirely. I do not need a box. But then there were some other ones that were announced as well. There was a Deluxe Magnius and a Core Boulder Crash, and these are the Rock line, I guess. What does that make you think of?
I didn't like Rock Lords as a kid.
Rock Lords, that's exactly what they reminded me of. We're getting Rock Lords Generation 2.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I thought about, and I didn't really care for Rock Lords as a kid, so when I saw the names, I literally kind of skipped over it.
I mean, I think they look cool. I just think the idea is not the best.
That's your, probably your line right there. Some crazy repaints, some crazy looks, and
I just want the alt modes to have a little bit of meaning besides just it's a rock.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Yeah, as a kid, I remember when it came out, and I was just like, "This is stupid." It
doesn't make sense.
And only because I remember people saying, "You're as dumb as a rock," or whatever. So it's when they came out with it, they turn into rocks, and then what happens?
I might need to get one now. You heard that? Just one of them, the core class one. But we'll see. Maybe they're the most amazing Transformers to come out.
It could be. Maybe
it definitely could be, and we could both be eating our words. So
yes,
maybe it'll be an Onyx if you know Pokemon. that
And
transforms or
for
something
anyone
like
out
that.
there that collected Rock Lords, please let me know what the excitement was about them.
All right. Well, let's get into what was announced. Um, and the first thing is actually not technically announced because it's not technically for sale, but that is some 3D printed Optimus Primal from the new movie. We've got the head as well as a minifigure, and they're just releasing these files for free. You can really see what a disaster they made Optimus Primal's head. It's this close. It looks like a bug with no paint on it. But I think it's cool. This is a different direction that maybe Hasbro could go in to, promote the movies more. And it's cool because they were actually designed by the animators of the film, and then they were made by a 3D model by somebody named Morgan Morgan. So it's cool that the animators actually worked on this.
Yeah. Again, I don't have a 3D printer. I think the head looks cool, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I would do it if I had a 3D printer, but it makes me realize why I need to get a 3D printer.
All right, so let's move on to the next one, which is another Rise of the Beast weaponizer, and we've got Airazor. I don't know why they're turning into weapons, so maybe we'll see in the movie.
Yeah, it's different, but I actually like the way this one looks.
Yeah, and I wish it was a different color because I could totally get this with as a new character other than Airazor.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
Next, we've got Fry Toys Model Hound. So this is their G1 Hound, is what they're calling it. And I gotta say, if this transformed, I'd buy this. I really like the proportions and the stylization. Maybe the proportions are a little too much, but I like how the wheels are in the shins. I like how it has different, army things and the big Gatling gun. I think this is really cool. But it doesn't transform, and it's a model kit, so I'm out.
So the biggest thing I noticed about this is the arms, coming from the G1 toy, to most of the hounds, the arms are pretty much here, if not a little bit lower, because they come out from underneath the hood, and these ones are so high up on, on the shoulders. And so that was the first thing I noticed about this one. It does look pretty cool. It looks like a animated version, or instead of a stylized, it looks like it's an animated version of the character versus like an overly stylized, fighting character like some of the other ones that they've made. So I do somewhat like this. I possibly would have picked it up if it transformed as well.
Yeah, I'm sure you would have. So next we have something that you might like, since you collect pop figures, so maybe you'll get something else that don't transform. And it is what are these called again? They're the mini mates, yes. And it is the VHS box set, so it's from the movie, and it'll be a SDCC exclusive, and it is limited to 1,500.
So what threw me off is why they put in Thundercracker. Of all the Decepticons, that's not the one I think of when I think about the movie.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the other ones have already been released.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. I'm just assuming they already probably came out with the Skywarp, the Starscream, and Megatron, and Soundwave, so on and so forth.
Well, and even if that's still the case, then throw in something else from the movie. Since your position is
Cyclonus,
like
Scourge,
throw in a Quintesson.
Yeah.
So it would stay relevant. But that's my only take on it. I doubt I'll be picking these up. They are kind of cute though.
They are. They're very cute. Okay, so let's get into some really cool crossovers. The first one is this Lunar Cruiser Prime. What are your thoughts on this?
I want it.
Me too. I want it as well. This thing is cool. I don't know why. So I think we will both be able to get it. I was reading a little bit into the campaign, and it is a for the first edition, it's crowdfunding. After that, they will be normal releases in Japan, so we'd have to import it. But what else is new with Transformers? But I really do like this. I wish it had a little less red. Just I get it's Optimus Prime, but I think the red kind of takes away from the space theme. But yeah, it's supposed to be like a masterpiece quality thing, so I'm probably going to be getting this when I can.
I like the red in the bot mode. I'm assuming you're talking about, because
yes, I'm talking about the
red. And the reason I like it is because I don't know what other color you would make it in, unless you're going to do blue, but for it to say prime colors, I like the red because it breaks up all that white. Otherwise,
yes,
I would look at it as a Ultra Magnus type figure that they called Optimus Prime. So I like the red. I really like the contrast in colors, and it's just enough that it doesn't overwhelm any other aspect of it. So I'm good with the red.
I think what I mean with the red is I want it to be somebody else than Optimus Prime. It can be its new character. That's where my mind goes.
Okay.
But regardless,
I could dig that as well.
Yeah. If it was like a black or a blue, and it was, they could still call him. I think they're calling him like Lunar Convoy or something like that. And he could still be a convoy. It's not Optimus, but I understand marketing and stuff. Yeah. But regardless, I think I might pick this up.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get this as well.
So another cool, crossover is the second Jurassic Park. Now this is going to be Dilophoton versus Autobot JP12. And can we just take a moment to look at this photography? It is really good.
The background is amazing. Everything looks great about it.
The rain effects and everything. They did a great job, especially in this picture, recreating that scene from the movie.
Honestly, these pictures made me want to pick up these figures.
Yeah, they are amazing. But while we talk about them, why don't we get into this not as cool picture, but so we could at least see the figures. What do you think, Bobby?
I pre-ordered them because of the previous pictures. These pictures don't necessarily do it for me as much. So in my mind, I'm only seeing the other two pictures and some of the other pictures. They're fine. I'm not sure about, I think they, it's not it's a retool of Hound. I know initially I thought it was Hound just repainted, but it looks like they've really retooled it. So, and I'm really into it. I think I'm going to pick these up. I think I'm going to keep my pre-order, and I like it, even though I like it, but I don't like it. The helmet, the hard hat on him. I can't see in the big scheme of things, a robot actually needing one of these. But
it's so he has psychic abilities or something. It's not to protect his head.
Okay.
There you go. Well, see, now it makes sense, right? Doesn't Megatron wear a helmet when he's like talking to people in G1?
But it's his head. It's just part of his head. It's not like a hat.
No, I thought he was a purple helmet with like a little microphone.
Oh, that was something else. Yeah, that was and that was just a headset kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember that. And that was only an episode or something like that. So I don't even remember what that episode was about.
You would have a better idea than I do. Yeah. So my thoughts on this set is, I'm the opposite of you. I could leave that Hound completely. All I want is that Beast. Maybe we could buy it and we'll split it, because this reminds me of when I was a kid, Beast Wars Iguanas. It has the tail that flips out just like him. It has the frill behind the head. The colors are wrong. Yeah, it doesn't turn into an iguana frill lizard. I guess that wasn't an iguana back in the day, but that's what they called them. But that's the whole reason why I want this set. I do not care about that Hound repaint. If we don't get a Beatrice and the leaks are wrong or whatever. Oh wait, no, they actually did announce that we were getting one, saying maybe this will be Beatrice's friend, and I'll slap a Decepticon symbol on it. Because I don't care about that. I just want that Beast mode. And that's it.
Now, did you pick up the first Jurassic Park property?
I did, and then I returned it after I saw it in hand. And now it's like $50. So that's kind of making me want to pick it up. But at the same time, that truck, car thing, Jeep, whatever it is, does not look like the best figure. And it's just another repaint of Megatron. And I already got T-Rex and Megatron. And it's a boring repaint. It's realistic, I get it, but you know, if it was neon blue, I might pick it up, but not as it is.
Yeah, yeah. This will probably make me open up that one too because I haven't opened that up yet.
It's a great box though. When I saw it in person after getting it, it's pretty cool. So it should be the same with this, unless they're going with the windowless packaging. Who knows?
Yeah, hopefully not.
Let's move into some third-party stuff. And the first, we've got Pengu Toys, which is doing the Sentinel Prime, which you were very excited about getting another Legends figure, which I don't blame you, being a Legends collector yourself. Now, will you be adding this Legends figure to your collection?
I will not be adding this to my collection.
Oh, but it's like 5.9 inches tall. That's perfect for the rest of your Legends figures.
Because I'm not a Legends collector, I will not be adding this to my collection. I do want to see it in color to see what it really looks like. I'm still not going to add it, but I would wonder what it would look like in a masterpiece size, or maybe even oversized or something like that. I may be interested, but not a Legend size. Don't love the character enough to pick it up.
You should just go get the one from Perfect Effect then, because this, honestly, when I first saw that, I thought it was a KO of the Perfect Effect one, like Chunk, because it is so similar with the horn on the head and everything. But yeah, it's Legends, so I'm not gonna get it. So
I'm waiting for you to pick up one.
I picked up a few Legends. I just don't use them as Legends figures. They're just mini bots.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got this cool guy, which is Transart Silverbolt, which is my first rendition of Silverbolt, and in my opinion, the coolest version of Silverbolt. I could see you shaking your head in the wrong direction. Will you be picking this up?
Negative. I thought this. I remember simply because I recently watched Beast Wars. I put myself through that and said, let me see what this Beast Wars is about. And I saw this figure and I was like, this is dumb.
How is it dumb?
It's a bird dog.
Fusors were my favorite. I'm just going to be honest with you, because they were more monstrous and you combine two. I thought it was a great thing. I've got a lot of them.
Yeah,
yeah. So, hey, that's fine. You know,
I think the name, I was like, no, this is supposed to be a jet. And yeah, I was done with this character. So
Silverbolt was only a jet in G1. He doesn't deserve that character is afraid of heights. Doesn't deserve to be in any other Transformers media.
That's the only Silverbolt, and this dog, I want to give it some kibble and some bird feed.
He would probably enjoy it. You'd be doing him a favor. No, but in all seriousness, I think I'm going to be picking this up because this, like you said, was my first iteration of Silverbolt. To me, it's the best one. It's the most interesting one. He doesn't have to combine with all the other people to be cool like G1 Silverbolt needs to. He's his own character. But what really sold me on this figure are those wings. The way they can move is amazing. The engineering they put into giving them all the joints so where they look natural and can go over his shoulder and shoot the guns or whatnot is so interesting and cool that I'll be picking it up for that alone. And Transart's prices are very reasonable. So
they are.
I want this in the Universe version. Give me the BotCon version. I'll buy all the colors on this. I also remember having the toy as a kid and absolutely loving it. It was fun. So I'm down for this.
Thinking maybe 75 bucks.
Probably. It's the same, well, maybe a little bit more because of the wings.
Nah, true.
Because it's the same size I was seeing, or a little bit shorter than the Transmetal 2 Cheetor, but it's also larger because it has these like figure-sized wings coming off of it. So we'll see.
No. Good luck.
Either which way, I'm picking it up. Next, we've got, again, for Bobby, Legends King Lion. So you need a little Predaking to go with your big Predaking. You're already a Legends collector. Why don't you pick this up?
I am so... Honestly, I don't even like the way this one looks.
He looks stubby, doesn't he?
He does. This, out of the set so far for the mini King toys, this one doesn't look good to me. It almost looks cheap.
I agree. I have the bird one, and the bird one is actually really nice because I use it as another character. But this one is just, it looks a little stubby. So
Yeah, so you should finish off the set by getting these.
no.
You
It's
were
not
into the
that.
Legends
Hey,
collection
that
before I
was
was.
I don't know about that. It was $30. These are like $50, $60 now. If they were honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they were all $30 still, I'd be picking them up because they'd be $30. Predaking's my favorite combiner, G1 combiner. There you go. But now that they've raised the price, I'm out.
Yeah.
And honestly, I got it to repaint it, and I was just too lazy to repaint it. In all honesty. So next we have something that will interest you, I think. It's tiny. Just joking. It's Dreamstar Superion. I don't know who this is supposed to be. They all look the same. All of Dreamstar Superion looks exactly the same. But this blue is gorgeous.
I don't know if they're going to... I wonder if they're going to keep him blue, because it just doesn't make sense for him to be blue when the other two are silver.
I don't think they are.
So
I think this is just a test shot. And they used a gorgeous plastic for this test shot.
It is. It really is. And I think it might be air raid. I think
without the colors, all the aerial bots look very, very similar to me.
Because I know he's a leg, so I think it's air raid. I can't remember, but I am in on the set. So I have two currently. One I liked, the other I didn't care for too much. I had a QC issue, broken clip. What else is new? But I'm waiting on the Silverbolt to come, and I will be looking for this one as well.
Well, that sounds good. You can have your subpar Silverbolt when that comes out. Here we've got another Legends figure for you. I know you love the Shattered Glass line, so you could get at Legends Shattered Glass line started with this Blitzwing. This is by Mechanics Toys.
So I have not picked up any of their figures before, so I don't know anything about the quality, or anything about them. But this looks really cool. I think the wings, and it could just be the angle on the bot mode. I think the wings should go up a little bit higher, but otherwise it looks really good in the tank mode. It looks pretty good in the jet mode. So honestly, I think the the bot mode is my least favorite. But it still looks good, and like I said, it could be just the angle. I think if the wings were up a little bit, because they're just usually higher on, it would probably be a really good rendition to me.
Yeah, I think this looks good too. I just wish it was bigger. I really like this color scheme. I didn't think this was his Shattered Glass colors, but if it is, it looks great. So if it was, I don't think it came out with fans toys yet, right? Blitzwing?
No, we're still waiting on that.
I was going to say, if the KO people get on that and recolor it as this, I'd totally be picking that up.
Yeah. One of the many teasers that I've had a deposit on for over a year now.
Yes. And why don't we move on to something else that, at least a company that you've been waiting on, and that's Like Toys. They showed off Masterpiece scaled Slipstreams, both the IDW version on the far right, I believe I'm doing that right, and then the normal G1-ish version in the center. And I might need that one in the center. We've talked on this show before how I really want a Slipstream, and that one in the center looks amazing. It doesn't have null raising. She needs her null raise. But other than that, it looks amazing. So hopefully these will be available for purchase for a reasonable price.
Yeah, and I believe they transform as well. So that was the thing that caught my eye about these when I first saw them. And I don't know the character at all, but I would probably pick this up.
Yeah, so we'll see. Time will tell. Hell, even at Bingo Toys, we see it right there. Get on a Slipstream. I buy that too. Because Slipstream was a repaint of Windblade in the Generations line. So I would definitely pick that up.
Yeah.
But that's speculation. We don't got to speculate, because let's get into these updates. The first thing is non-transforming, and that's the 3-0 Rise of the Beasts. So they showed this with Bumblebee with 2 teaser like cutouts of the other 2, which is kind of weird that they used cutouts because they already had the prototypes right here. So they look fine for what they are. We've already talked about them in the past. They look perfectly fine for a non-transforming character.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that either. I don't think I would be collecting these. I think even if these did transform, I don't think I would get them because of the line they're under.
Yeah. And the Bumblebee did go up for pre-order. So here you go. It has like 57 points of articulation, which is pretty impressive.
It's a lot.
But it depends on if they're counting double joints or not. Because, sometimes when they say 20, it means half of the body, so on and so forth. But it looks fine for what it is. So keeping with this trend of looking okay for what they are, here is Studio Series Prime. I think it's a Buzzworthy Bumblebee line. Again, I don't know why they put him in Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Target must have paid a lot of money to get this as an exclusive figure. But here you go. And what I thought was funny, if you look at the War for Cybertron Prime and the Rise of the Beast Prime right next to each other, the Cybertron Prime looks huge compared to it.
It does look huge.
And then in robot mode, it's the opposite. Which I kind of find that funny. Yeah. And here's a leader class next to a Voyager class with Scourge.
So are you in for this yet?
Oh, no. Make it transform or something. Excuse me. Make it transform into something cool. And maybe we'll talk. I thought it was going to be that big truck. And then, it doesn't look bad. It's just not for me, honestly. Yeah. If it was repaint, maybe they'll do a Nemesis repaint and I'll pick it up.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, but not in its current state. I have enough Optimuses in my collection, and I think I have only one on display. Good enough for me.
Yeah, I have a few, and I'm good.
Yeah. Next, we've got some more pictures of the King Toys Long Yan Combiner, and this is Stegacero, which is a cool name. We've talked about this quite a bit. I do like the weapon on this. That's why I chose this one. I like that the tail could turn into a whip. I think that's really cool. Don't like this derpy face.
It almost looks like a bird face, like a condor.
I think they had beaks. I think that is if you look, they actually had beaks historically. But I honestly don't care because it looks funny.
Yeah, I'm out on this set, and again, I knew Predaking was stylized, but I could still get the gist of it being Predaking. This stylization, I don't get the gist of it being, Snarl from the Dinobot, if it's supposed to be Snarl or, represent
exactly. Snarl. If it was another color, like anything, it doesn't matter. If it was a new team,
right? Even
a Shattered Glass team, I would probably be in on this. Gonna be honest with you. I really like the Predaking, but this, if it is G1, I don't need more Dinobots.
Well, I have 2 sets of Dinobots with the Gigapower and the Fans toys, and so
3
and
Combiner.
And I forgot about them. God. Yeah. So I don't need another Dinobot set that I'm not in love with.
Yeah. So we'll see. At least they're not doing the bait and switch this time, because I felt like when King Toys first came out, they showed off Rampage, and Rampage it was stylized, but it looked really close to the G1, and they slowly were diverging further and further as they went in. At least this, you know what you're getting. So
True.
That's that. And next we have some Fans Hobby, and we've got the MB24 test shot. So I know you're going to be getting this, correct?
I am. I'm excited. Hopefully it'll be out later this year.
Yep. So we'll see. It looks great. I will wait for the US version. Okay, and for the Legends Collector, here you go, Bobby. Rising Forces Menasor.
So the funny
Now we're
thing
going to be
is,
getting this to go with the other Predaking.
so the funny thing, I was actually in on this when they were announced, and I thought they were going to be MP scale,
They
and
were originally
then
advertised.
yes,
Yeah.
and then it changed to being legend scale, and I immediately canceled my pre-orders. So
Yeah.
I think, the guys, really doing well, I think, with this, for them to keep coming out with them. So, I'm happy. Please, if anyone's picked these up, let us know how they are. If I was going to pick up a legend scale, Minosaur would probably be one of the combiners I would go with.
Yes. I honestly was going to be picking it up too if it was Masterpiece scale because they were really reasonable.
Yeah.
And maybe that's where the whole disconnect happened. But when I saw it was Legends, I didn't even put down a pre-order, and then I saw it was Legends, and I was like, "Ooh, never mind." But it looks good for what it is.
Yeah.
So let's go on to incoming. Now, this is going to make your wallet hurt. We talk outside of the show, and I know you're in for a beating with this. First thing is this guy, Toy Easy Terrapa Blaze Envoy Yamato. I know you're going to be getting this, correct?
Yeah, I already paid for it.
That's it. See, it looks cool. So we'll have to get a short on that or a little review when you get it in.
Yeah. Hopefully the transformation isn't all over the place.
I was just about to say, you need to record that transformation and, we'll put an hour-long video up on YouTube.
Yeah, it'd be like 3 parts or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's but
yes.
and I've complained about Samurai or Transformers before, but I am in on this one, so we'll see how it goes.
Yes, I do like the guns on the shoulder pads. I think that's really potential.
Yeah.
Next, we've got the Golden King Lion and Desarius, which that Desarius looks so cool. I thought they were cool with the Predaking, but in Golden, they look even better. So, I know you're going to be picking this up too, right?
Yeah, I paid for it already.
Yeah, and let's see, did you pay for the Firmament as well?
Yeah, I paid for that too.
This thing looks amazing, I've got to say, in gold. And lastly, I think we talked about this last time, we've got new in packages image of the Meg Tyranno Super Mode. I'm not exactly too sure what Fans Hobby's calling it, but this thing looks really nice too.
Yes, and they should. I saw that it should be shipping out soon as well.
Yes, that's what they said.
Happy to be receiving this as well.
That's incoming. The more and more I see this, the more and more I'm almost buying it. It looks great. And now let's go on to what was released. We only got one this news cycle, I guess you could say. And now we've got New Age's Hughes Power Glide. We've talked about this quite a bit. Honestly, with this picture right here, if you were to tell me this was a Masterpiece figure, I'd probably be like, oh, okay. It looks really good, especially for that scale. Alt mode's a little iffy, but the bot mode really does shine.
And I know you love that ab crunch.
Oh, goodness gracious. It almost made me bought it. Well, the repaint. But I don't need like a 2-inch tall figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
For like $40.
I like Power Glide for what he is, but he's definitely not a main character. I do have a MP version, and I do have a pre-order on the Fans Toys version, and then I'm good.
There you go. Yeah. All right, guys. So that's everything we have for you today. As always, like, subscribe, and share this with anybody that you think might like it. And we will see you guys very, very soon.
Yeah, and please let us know what you think. We love hearing from you all. And as always, till all debates are won, we'll see you next time.